Back here on the lunch break, KDUS AM 1060. Chris Schubert with you. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thursday night football tonight. Cardinals hosting the Seahawks to kick off week 4 of the NFL slate. You thinking about it? Some points being allocated tonight?
Not whatsoever, honestly.
I just keep checking in with you to see if you're...
It has not crossed my mind.
Not even once?
Not really once.
Okay. Remember, have until the end of the show if you want to make it a declarative statement. You want to put some points on the game tonight.
I will take my next hour and a half and be silent on the points and not going to take any points.
I'll tell you right now, I'm considering it.
I figured you would be.
I'm considering it. You saw what my prep process looked like this morning. You saw how deep in the weeds I was getting on this game, and it's so front of mind. And we're going to talk about the Seahawks a little bit later on in the show and just what they do so well and why this feels like a really bad matchup tonight. And it's got me leaning towards doing something. I'm not.
Are you going to do it?
I'm not right now. I will not do it in hour number 1 of the show. If I decide to do it, it will be a leftovers. You're giving out Ryder Cup picks. I'll decide if I'm using my 3 points tonight. I'll let you know at the end of the show. But I'm just letting the listeners know I'm considering it. The last time I did this, it worked out pretty well for me. Considering it again here for this week 4 matchup. Nose Jones tonight for the Arizona Cardinals. Will Johnson listed as doubtful. Everybody else that has been on the injury report this week listed as questionable. It does appear that Paris Johnson Jr. will draw back into the lineup for the Cardinals. Huge sigh of relief. Cardinals desperately need him back. They missed him on Sunday. Kelvin Beachum, I know, was great last year, really struggled in that game against San Francisco. They need their lockdown starting left tackle in Paris Johnson Jr. back in the lineup. Looks like he's going to go. Still have some questionable offensive linemen injury-wise. Will Hernandez, Evan Brown. We'll see who goes, who doesn't go. All of it, you add it together, does it lead to the Cardinals needing to change things up tonight? Do the Cardinals need to air it out more? You don't need me to tell you this, but I have some statistics that will just show you that the Cardinals are not throwing the ball down the field very often. Among quarterbacks with at least 100 plays this season, Kyler ranks last in his average depth of target, 5.97 yards. The Arizona Cardinals as a team throw it to their wide receivers the least amount out of everybody in the National Football League. You're going up tonight against a team that is top 10 against the run. Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy. No, not that Byron Murphy. Jaron Reed, all along the defensive line. Are the Cardinals going to be forced into airing it out more? One, because of the narrative and the pressure around them, and also because of this matchup and how good Seattle is against the run. And it is Trey Benson, not James Conner. This is an offense that needs to find some explosive plays, and it doesn't feel like they're going to find them in the running game tonight, meaning do they need to change it up? Well, unfortunately, I don't know if they can air it out more. Your offensive line, I know Paris Johnson is going to be back in there tonight, but your offensive line in general, a little banged up right now. Are you going to have to get the ball out quick? Are you going to have to lean more towards the screen game, quick passes? That's not going to be those explosives down the field. That's not going to be those big plays, big chunk plays, 10, 15, 20 yards, big touchdown strikes to Marvin Harrison Jr. Who's going to be the wide receiver too? See, you want them to air it out more, but they're not going to have a running game that's going to open things up in the passing game. They don't have a wide receiver too tonight. So you think they need to air it out more. The matchup tells you that they're going to need to air it out more, but can they? Are they going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to give Kyler the time to throw? Is anybody other than Marvin Harrison Jr. going to get open in this wide receiver room? I mean, producer Evan and I earlier in the morning meeting talked about how, man, do you just need to take a shot on the first play of the game just to make Seattle respect you a little bit more, just to make them consider it? Now, I hate thinking that way because you don't want to change your identity too much. You don't want to force it, but maybe you try to open things up with a quick play action pass to start things, to get a chunk play, to get everybody confidence early in this game. We talked about it yesterday. A lot of noise around Drew Petzing and his future here with the Arizona Cardinals. I'm on record. I don't think he gets fired. I don't think they make a change anytime in the near future. I do not think he is coaching for his job tonight. But I do know that all of you are watching this game tonight hoping for this team to do something different offensively. I don't know if you're going to see that. I don't know if you're going to see the changes that you want to see. I don't know if the Cardinals are going to be able to throw the ball down the field. They are shorthanded tonight in the wide receiver room. They are shorthanded in their running game that is supposed to open up things in the passing game for Kyler Murray. They have a banged-up offensive line. Paris Johnson is back in there. Are we able to say that he's 100%? What does that look like? So, to me, the passing game is going to have to get more creative in the quick game, some quick slants, some RPOs, some tunnel screens, some running back screens, the tight end screens that they love to run to Trey McBride. That's how I feel like they are going to get their passing game going. Now, Producer Evan, I do think there's a little bit of nuance here because there are ways to create explosives without actually throwing the ball down the field. If you block well, these screenplays can be explosives. These quick game passes, you get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. in space. He can catch and run yards after catch. All of those are different ways to create those explosives, those big plays that everybody's looking for. But for those out there today that think that this team needs to start throwing the ball 10, 15, 20 yards down the field constantly, I don't think you're going to see that tonight. I don't think you're going to see that at all this season. That's just not who this team is. And so I know that there is this want, this drive among the fan base for things to be changed tonight. Just not sure how much change there's going to be in the Cards. It is a bad matchup coupled with it being a short week. And you add on top of it the injuries that the Cardinals are facing. I just don't know if this is the game, if this is the matchup where they can start to do those things that everybody wants to see.
Saying that they don't or that they won't throw the ball down the field consistently is most likely true. It doesn't mean, though, that they can't take their chances when they're there. And it doesn't mean they can't use it to open up the field. You know why they're not having success running the ball? Because nobody respects the passing game.
Yeah, stacking the box.
And that's just the fact of the matter, that nobody respects the passing game. And so until you hit on one of these big plays, and necessarily you don't even really need to hit on it. You just need to have them respect your ability to do it. And 31 teams in the league don't respect your ability to do so.
And you're going up against a team tonight that's very elite against the run. Potentially the best run defense in the sport. And so they're going to take that away and they're going to force you to throw the ball, but they're going to force you to throw the ball on their terms. Second and long, third and long, where they can pin their ears back and just rush the quarterback with 4. Play a lot of zone. Keep everything in front of them. So you're going to have to get creative. That's why I keep saying maybe it's not the explosives the way everybody in their mind thinks that they want this offense to operate with the deep shots 10, 15 yards down the field, but maybe it's quick game. Maybe it's screens. That's where I think if you start to see more of those added in and they go to them early, that will be an encouraging sign because I do think there's a chance there for some explosives. 480-864-1060 is the phone number for you to join us here today on the program. We're going to continue to get you ready for Cardinals Seahawks tonight. Perhaps a 3-point play coming from me a little bit later on in the show. Not sure yet, still on the fence, but make that determination before we get out of here today.